Hits the gridiron every week to bring you the hottest football show in the Susquehanna Valley. It's Football Friday.
It is the biggest Friday night of the fall so far. The second round of the District 3 playoffs underway tonight. 28 of our area teams hoping to be one of 14 playing next weekend. Welcome in to Week 12 of Football Friday. I'm Bethany Miller.
And I'm Jacob Hall. Our show has it all for fans tonight. In Class 5A, it's the game of the week, a rivalry rematch between two heavyweights, while the Indians look for win number 11 at home tonight in Class 4A. And how about two district champions crowned? Football Friday is heating up.
Well, let's get right to the action, all right? Starting in Class 6A, Cedar Cliff paying a visit to top seed Central York. Colts beat Cedar Crest last week, while the Panthers, of course, had a bye. Central York off to a fast start. Brooklyn Nace hits Brendan Smith on a screen pass. Kent State commit does the rest, slips a tackle in for 6. In your living room at that. 23-yard catch and run, 7-0 Panthers. CY up 14-0 after another Smith score. Cedar Cliff back to punt, blocked by Dwayne Morgan. I feel like they do that once a week, maybe.
Every week.
Yeah.
Always up 14-0.
Exactly. Central York would recover. Then a few plays later, Nace is going to throw a jump ball to Brendan Smith. Comes down with it for his third score of the night. 21-0. Nason Smith connected for 5 touchdowns on the night. Absolutely incredible. Panthers win 42-7.
Now down Route 30, we go to the home of the Blue Streaks. Manheim Township hosting Hempfield. Third quarter, it's Jack Kneff going deep here, but it's intercepted by Hempfield's Francis Ndona on the ensuing drive. Hempfield's Landon Charles finds Orion Abrams. Ooh. Goes up for it, making that grab there. A 6-yard score, and it made the score 28-7. The extra point was good. Township answering right back. It's Alan Feliciano coming through the traffic there and getting in for 6, diving across the goal line. That is a touchdown. Manheim Township wins big, 49-7.
So further north now to Reading, it's the battle between the 5 and 4 seeds in 6A. Wilson hosting York High. We picked this one up in the third quarter, 14-8. Wilson's Mason Young hits Jaden Carpenter in stride. Look at that 76-yard touchdown connection. The 2-point try is good, so you can make it 22-8 Wilson. Third quarter now, Bulldogs. Michael Glover is going to take this handoff here, shake off a defender, and do the rest. 38-yard touchdown, extra point, no good. Dogs up by 20. That's the score in the fourth quarter. You knew this guy's name was going to get called. York High Shavane Anderson, the Syracuse commit, takes the handoff, a 16-yard score. Wilson would lead 28-14 after that, and that was your final. Bulldogs advance, eliminate York High with a 28-14 win.
Now let's shift gears to Class 5A. 4 teams off the bye tonight, including the 1 seed New Oxford. The Colonials at home tonight hosting Spring Grove. New Oxford coming off a 10-0 regular season, while the Rockets are hoping to play spoiler. First quarter, New Oxford quarterback Luke Fry right here. He runs in for 6, calling his own number, usually trying to throw the ball, but he gets in there.
Ooh.
Then to the 1-yard line. Then a few plays later, it is Everett Ernest. He caps off that drive, a short touchdown run, 7-0 Colonial. Second quarter, now Luke Fry throwing the football. It's Brody Holmes who catches there for 6. That made it 14-0. Spring Grove made it a game late, but New Oxford wins this one 31-26.
Well, now let's go to our game of the week. Looking forward to this one all night long. Exeter looking to get Conestoga Valley back after the Eagles lost in the regular season. We pick it up in the second half. Buckskins trailing by 20. Fourth down. Sawyer Espenshade sacked in the backfield. Matt Bauer trying to get the sideline hyped up because the Exeter defense would be facing another fourth down. This time Espenshade hits the air. Pass is broken up. Buckle up. Eagles hold on again. But after a turnover all the way downfield, Buckskins get the ball back. Takes just a play for CV to find the end zone. That's Josiah Garcia for pay dirt. Buckskins are within 2 scores after that, but Exeter isn't phased. Leo Brown would have an absolute night. Just shy of 200 yards in the first half. He gets the first down there. Then Joshua Jackson would finish off the drive. Runs down there around the outside into the end zone. Eagles Jacob, they get their payback, and for the second straight year, Exeter knocks out Conestoga Valley 41-34.
A little deja vu there.
Yeah.
Now let's head out to the home of the reigning state champions, the Crusaders, hosting Mechanicsburg tonight. McDevitt's offense was on another level. Sebastian Williams here with an 11-yard run, calling his own number. Coming off the side here, getting in for 6, hardly even touched on his way to the end zone. 26-7 after that. Now we go later on in this game. Mechanicsburg is on offense. The Wildcats fumble the football. It is picked up by Patrick right there. And watch what happens from there. There's nobody in his way. He goes all the way back for a 47-yard touchdown. Wow. The Crusaders now up 33-7, and then they get the ball back on offense later on in this game, talking to the camera. I mean, it's a big game. It's a playoff game. The Crusaders trying to get another state championship, and it helps when you have Maurice Barnes in your backfield. That's a 27-yard touchdown. Bishop McDevitt wins big, 47-7.
They eliminate Mechanicsburg for the second straight year, and the final 5A quarterfinal of the night comes from Quarryville. Smoke Machine got an A+ for me. Golden Mules one loss on the regular season, hosting Warwick tonight. Both teams would trade possessions to start. Golden Mules back with the rock, chase Senseneg to Chris Burgo-Wise around the outside, and he is gone. That crowd was so hyped to watch that. Solanco on the board first with a 7-0 lead. Warwick would knock down a field goal 7-3 in the second until Senseneg hands the rock off to Johnny Garcia. Program's all-time leading rusher finds 6. We got an 11-point lead. Warriors trying to answer. Colin McGall, the sophomore quarterback, hits the air, finds a wide open Rowan Greenway. Got the touchdown. Warwick closing in early, 14-10, but the Golden Mules have a connection of their own. Senseneg hits the air, and on the other end, it's Eric
beautiful
Cook.
throw.
Love it. Mules dominate the Warriors tonight. 2-0 on them in the season. Solanco advances 56-24. And shifting gears to the 4A bracket now. 3 games happening on the gridiron tonight, including the top seed, unbeaten Susquehanna Township.
The Raiders coming into this game as the 9 seed, looking to play Cinderella, but they have to get past a tough Susquehanna Township squad first. Now, Susquehanna Township averaging 40 points per game. The offense starting fast tonight. Rakai Seville finds Pater, giving them a 7-0 lead early. Little handshake there as well. Now we go later in the first. After this Elko turnover, it is scooped up by Jarrett Kern, and
wow.
I guess that's the theme tonight.
He's a dog, too.
Yeah, he's a great player. Offense, defense, does it all. He goes back 50 yards for the score. Hannah in front. Their offense can do it. Their defense as well. Now adding to that lead, it's Torrin Evans. We've said his name all year long. This is a 55-yard touchdown. He makes a defender miss there. That's Raymond Sweat. They led 21-0 after that. Susquehanna Township wins big in this one, 50-13.
See that throw? My goodness. Fresh off a win over Eastern York last week, Middletown paying a visit to the 2 seed West York. Second half, the rain falling down. God bless you, Jacob. Middletown forced to run the ball, got the ball tackled in the backfield by a number of defenders. Blue Raiders would have to punt it away. Still 7-0 the third. West York on offense. Tavon Thomas gets the toss, finds a crease. He is off to the races. You did a story on him. Incredible athlete. 46-yard score from the sophomore. West York went on to win this game 20-0.
Yeah, the rain was coming down there out in York tonight. Now the final for a quarterfinal happening out in Elverson. Twin Valley hosting West Perry. First quarter of this one. Twin Valley's Drew Angle takes the handoff. Little touch pass there. Bouncing off multiple defenders. And he turns on the Jets. An 80-yard touchdown. Gets some great blocks as well. The PAT would be good. Twin Valley up 7-3, and everybody celebrates in the end zone after a long touchdown run. Still in the first, it's Twin Valley's Lucas Myers. Another great touchdown run, running over defenders into the end zone. It was 14-3 after that. The Raiders go on to win this one, 55-13. And don't go anywhere. More Football Friday is headed your way, including highlights from 2 district championships.
And later, a quick look at tomorrow's big game in State College. Football Friday. We'll be back after this.
And a big thank you to the Bishop McDevitt cheerleaders for welcoming us back to Football Friday. Now we turn our sights to Class 3A.
They were even wearing ponchos, had to brave the rain tonight. It's the semifinal round tonight for our Susquehanna Valley teams. Let's start first in Reading. It's the 1 seed Berks Catholic hosting the Eagles of Bermudian Springs. We pick it up with Berks Catholic's Owen Schock on the go-around. Finds the end zone as he stumbles past the pylon. Saints up big after that score. And they're going to run the same play to the opposite side. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Schock is going to reverse field, get the edge. Not 1, not 2, but 3
He says,
tackles.
get off me right there.
Mother of God. Berks Catholic wins big, 38. I love the celebration, 38-6.
I mean, what a run, right?
Woo!
All right, who will be facing off against the Saints in the title game? This is Anvil-Cleona and Trinity. Anvil-Cleona's John Ditzler right here. He's trying to find his receiver, but it's picked off by Trinity's Maddox Jarzinski, who takes it back the other way for the pick 6. Defense is making plays tonight. Second quarter, Anvil-Cleona down 21-7. John Ditzler with a nice 15-yard run there and a first down. The next play, he tries to throw again. He's pressured. He pitches it out. This is a touchdown. It's Jonathan Moran. He takes it in for the score there. That made it 21-14, but Trinity would pull away in the second half of this game. They win 42-21.
Well, now let's go to Class 2A, a championship game. Steel High going for their 6th straight district title against Halifax out at Susquehanna High School. Second quarter, Halifax on the board for the first time. Ryder Tobias hits Cohen Bechtel for a 73-yard touchdown, cooking downfield. Woo! Extra point good. Wildcats trail 30-7 though. Later in the quarter, Steel High quarterback Caden Cole-Stevens hits the air. Silas Hernandez initially bobbles it, but comes down with the catch there. And on the next play, Stevens hands it off to Jerome Ross. The third punches it in. 2-point conversion good. 38-7 after that. And Steel High, they get their 6th straight title. The Dynasty, they win 52-13.
Impressive. Those have come in both Class 1 and 2A, so they really can do it all. 6 straight, as she said. Now, finally, the 1A championship game, a battle between 2 rivals. The Irish and the Squires. Can York Catholic win their 2nd straight game against Alone? Now, it's hard to beat a team twice in one season, Bethany, but that's exactly what the Fighting Irish have done tonight. York Catholic wins this one 33-25. A great win for their program. Now onto the 1A state bracket, so we'll see how far they go.
I was going to say, and we have some Saturday games too. We're going to take a look at that bracket. Plus, Penn State IU tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. Football Friday is back after this. Well, that, of course, wraps up our Friday night action, but there's 2 big Saturday games on deck in the 4A quarterfinal and, of course, in the 6A quarterfinal, that 2-seed Harrisburg. That one's going to be tough for the Rams to get by. Also, that LS Wyomissing game, of course, that's a rematch from last year's district championship game, which was great. Wyomissing getting home field advantage for that one. All right, and the other big game happening. Jacob Hall will be in attendance for this one. The Hoosiers, 9-0, have never beaten Penn State at Beaver Stadium. I can't believe it. They come in as heavy favorites in this game. I don't know if you would have told fans a couple years ago that IU would be favored against Penn State in State College, if they would have believed you.
I'm old enough to remember when I heard Indiana might have been called a bottom feeder of a Big Ten.
Not for long.
If you look at that record, Penn State may have overtaken that. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Sure.
You know, losing I feel like is contagious. Penn State hasn't won a game in almost 2 months, so maybe tomorrow they will break that trend. We'll see. Not expecting a lot. I think IU wins this one, so we'll see.
Terry Smith hoping for his first win, of course, and hoping that the home field advantage will give them an advantage, I should say. But also, Terry Smith talked very highly about Curt Cignetti, both Pennsylvania guys, both from Pittsburgh. Of course, Cignetti coached at IUP for a while. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's a word for it, but
sure,
we are, right?
Yep. Penn State. Roll Tide. All right, that is it for Football Friday. Our finale, Week 13, Lucky 13, will be next Friday as we cover more District 3 playoffs. You don't want to miss it. For Jacob Hall, I am Bethany Miller. For our entire Football Friday crew, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.